Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into the sources on, well, a truly electrifying story in cricket recently. Nepal's T20 International Series win against the West Indies, the Unity Cup. Now, for anyone who follows the international game, seeing an associate nation not just compete but actually dominate a full member side, that's a real game changer.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge achievement. And our mission today, it's a bit complex, isn't it? It's not just about celebrating the win itself. We need to really analyze the pieces, the strategy, the key players, frankly, the sheer guts it took, and figure out what this means for associate cricket. Like globally, the sources are quite clear. This was the Unity Cup, a three-match T20I series, happened in Sharjah in the UAE. So neutral ground, perfect stage for this kind of history.
Okay, let's lay out the facts first because the results themselves are, well, pretty stunning. It's the T20I Unity Cup. And the story here wasn't just, squeaking out a win. It was about making a statement.
That's exactly right. Match one, already historic. Nepal beat the West Indies by 19 runs. Now, for anyone keeping track, you need to remember this. That was Nepal's very first win against a major ICC full member nation ever. Huge psychological barrier, just shattered right there.
Yeah, and you often see that, don't you? The underdog gets one big punch in, maybe surprises everyone, and then fades back. But that's where this gets really interesting. They didn't fade, not at all. They doubled down in the second match.
Doubled down is putting it mildly. They delivered basically a masterclass, a 90-run victory, emphatic, secured the series right then and there with a game still left to play. The sources confirm this wasn't just a win. It was their first ever bilateral T20I series win against a full member, period.
And that number, 90 runs, I mean, that margin in T20 cricket against an established team like the West Indies, that really tells the story, doesn't it?
It's more than just significant. It's actually a world record. That 90-run win. It's now officially the largest margin, by runs, ever recorded for an associate nation beating a full member team in T20 internationals. That fundamentally shifts how people see Nepal cricket. They're not just participants anymore, hoping for an upset. They're setting records.
That's the real aha moment, isn't it? Okay, so this shift from just being there to actually dominating, who are the key players? Because a team performance like this, under that kind of pressure, needs individuals to really step up.
Absolutely. And the sources definitely highlight a few key names, especially from that record-breaking second match. On the batting side, you needed someone to steady the ship, and that was Asif Sheikh.
Sheikh was the anchor, right? Kind of held it all together.
Precisely. The source material calls him the anchor of the innings.
Yeah.
He scored 68 not out, off just 47 balls. And the crucial part there is the not out. He saw them through, kept things stable when it could have gotten shaky.
Okay, 68 is solid, vital even. But a 90-run win needs more firepower than that. Someone had to really press the accelerator. And I guess that's where his partner, Sandeep Johra, came in.
Johra was the launch code, absolutely.
Yeah.
Turned a decent total into something, well, imposing. Smashed 63 runs very aggressively off only 39 balls. When you look at the sources, it's that mix Sheikh holding firm. Johra attacking that stable aggression built the foundation for that big score.
Right. And T20s are won with bat and ball. So who were the bowlers who managed to sort of suffocate that West Indies batting lineup, which is usually pretty powerful?
That was really spearheaded by Muhammad Adil Alam. He was magnificent. In that vital second game, he just ripped through them, took 4 wickets for only 24 runs. That kind of performance, wickets plus economy, it just breaks the back of a chase.
4 wickets is huge. But was it just him? Or did he get good backup?
Oh, there was crucial support. The sources mentioned Kushal Bertil quite a bit. He grabbed 3 wickets in that same match and apparently contributed well across the series, too. Look, when you've got 2 bowlers taking 7 wickets between them in a key game, the pressure on the other side is just relentless. It meant the Windies couldn't just target one bowler. They were facing quality from multiple ends.
And we shouldn't forget the captain, Rohit Paudel. Leadership, especially in those tight T20 moments. That can be the difference, can't it?
That's a really important point. The stability they showed, especially in the middle order, and how they defended in that first match, the closer one, it really speaks to the captaincy, keeping calm when things get intense. And the fact that it wasn't just 1 or 2 stars carrying them. They had defined roles, the anchor, the hitter, the strike bowlers. That suggests real tactical thinking.
So we've got the who, this mix of specialist talent stepping up. But the deeper question for this deep dive is the how. How did they turn that talent into such a, well, crushing win? Let's get into the strategy.
Okay, strategy. We have to start with that turning point in the second match. It was a real display of mental strength. Nepal were in trouble early. They were 43 for 3. That's often the point, isn't it? Where historically, maybe the nerves would get the better of an associate team against a big name.
Yeah, sounds like a classic potential collapse point. They hit a wall.
Exactly. But this is where the strategy and the execution really shone.
Yeah.
That 100-run partnership between Sheikh and Jorah. It wasn't just about the runs on a board. It seemed to psychologically break the West Indies' momentum. The sources really stress how that partnership completely flipped the game, turned what might have been a 120-130 score into something much bigger. Mentally tough to chase.
And what about the captaincy decisions? Winning the toss, batting first, that seems standard, but was there anything specific about how they approached the Sharjah conditions or maybe targeted West Indies' weaknesses?
Well, the analysis in the sources goes beyond just the toss. The real strategic element highlighted is the consistency. Disciplined execution, especially with the ball. They don't detail every field placement, obviously, but they keep mentioning disciplined bowling. Perfect for defending that total. Alam's wickets were key, but the support from Britell, Rajbanshi, or Karakarni, it wasn't just wild pace. It was about hitting good areas consistently.
So the plan was control over maybe risky variations. Keep it tight.
Absolutely. The sources suggest the strategy was basically to pin the West Indies down. The phrase used is they were never allowed to settle.
No.
Think about it. Chasing a big score, if you can't find the boundary, the required rate climbs, frustration builds. Nepal's bowlers just exploited that, kept the pressure on, kept the economy rate down in those middle overs. That takes serious skill and nerve. It was great execution of the overall plan. Post a big score, then squeeze the chase.
That kind of tactical maturity, sticking to the plan under pressure, that's a sign of a team ready for more, isn't it? Okay, so we've looked at the win itself. Let's talk about the ripples. What does this actually mean? For the players, sure, but also for Nepal's place in world cricket and back home.
The international impact. It's immediate, and it's big. Beating a team like the West Indies with their history. It gives Nepal's cricket reputation a massive boost. It changes how other boards, the established ones, see them. And the sources expect this increased respect will lead to more opportunities, more invitations to play bigger teams, bilateral series. That's where the real development and the money comes from.
Right, it gives them legitimacy in what can sometimes feel like a bit of a closed shop, that cricketing world.
Exactly. And then domestically, arguably, the impact is even bigger. This win creates this huge wave of positivity back home. Inside the team itself, it builds belief. Younger players see that, hey, this is possible. Excellence isn't just a dream.
And on the ground. More than just feeling good, right? Are there tangible effects expected?
Well, yeah. The sources suggest this could really unlock new levels of interest and investment. You might see more sponsorship, maybe more government support for grounds and facilities in Nepal, more fans coming to watch. And crucially, it fuels the grassroots. More kids pick up a bat, want to play like their heroes. That builds the talent pool for the future. This win is like rocket fuel for their momentum going into future tournaments.
It really changes the whole conversation around sport in the country, but like always in our deep dives, we need that reality check. They've reached this amazing high point. What are the big challenges now? How do they stay there?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It really boils down to one word: consistency. Winning a series, even two, it's incredible. But doing it consistently, against different teams in different conditions, different formats, that's the really important part. The long-term challenge, they've set a high bar for themselves now. They have to try and meet it.
And the whole dynamic shifts mentally. They're not the plucky underdogs anymore, are they? The pressure's off. Now it's on.
Precisely. They go from being the hunter to, well, being the hunted in some ways. They have to handle more media attention, higher fan expectations. People will expect them to win now, at least sometimes. Managing that shift, that's a tough psychological hurdle. Needs strong leadership, good support systems in place.
And we do need to mention that caveat, the one in the sources about the opposition strength, just to be balanced.
Yes, it's important context. Look, it's a massive win, no question, a record-breaking win. But the sources do note that this particular West Indies side probably wasn't their absolute full-strength international team. Doesn't take away from the achievement, not at all. But it sets the stage for what's next. Getting wins against stronger, full-squad teams down the line, that's what will truly cement their place. Prove this wasn't just a one-off.
Right. So we've come full circle then. Nepal's historic first series win over a full member nation, a global record margin in that second game. And it was built on individual stars stepping up, good team depth, and real tactical discipline under pressure. They've definitely sent a message.
They really have. It's a blueprint, maybe, and certainly huge inspiration for every other associate nation fighting to get to that top table. And that brings us to our final thought, something for you, the listener, to chew on. Given this incredible achievement by Nepal, what kind of systemic changes may be in how international schedules are made, or how funding is distributed, or even how global tournaments are structured? What changes might be needed now to make sure that this kind of momentum, this potential, actually translates into real, sustained opportunities for teams like Nepal on the world stage?